And welcome to the first ever edition of RCW Pro Wrestling Spotlight. I'm your host, your role model, Ric Lieb, and with me today we have Miles Jacob.
Howdy.
And of course, the man that needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway, the most eligible bachelor in America, Frankie Andolini, or shall I say the Don of professional wrestling. Frankie, first of all, can I say it's a pleasure having you back in professional wrestling.
Fantastic to be here, Rick.
Absolutely. It's been a couple of years, and I think the wrestling world missed you. I know that guy sitting next to me kind of misses you. Anyway, but yeah, you know what, guys? We have a great show today. I'm sorry, we're going to be picking on him a lot throughout the entire years, so just get used to it. Anyway, let's get to the news right away. And the main news before we get into Rubber City Wrestling is about all these wrestling promotions getting television deals, ourselves included. We got AEW. NWA is doing a 6:05 Power Hour over on YouTube, their own YouTube channel, and of course NXT. And that doesn't also exclude the fact that Fox now picked up WWE. Frankie, I'll go to you first since you have an extreme knowledge of professional wrestling. What are your thoughts on all these guys?
Thank you for pointing out that I kind of know everything. I know
it's true.
It's tough for some people to bear, but live with it. I will say that I enjoy being a wrestling fan again. When I was young, I don't want to say how old I was at the time, but it was in the 80s.
Roaming around.
See,
that's how you get smacked. All right, so in the 80s, when I was very, very young,
I graduated high school.
I was able to watch 14 hours of wrestling a week. Very easily. I could watch USWA, I could watch AWA, I could watch WWF, NWA, WCCW. It was enough to keep me busy. Since then, since the 80s, I haven't been able to watch that kind of wrestling. Okay, no. So now we're in this period. It comes back around. Just a few years later, here we are again, and I can watch NWA, AEW, I can watch WWE. It goes on and on. Ring of Honor, New Japan. It's a fantastic time to be a wrestling fan. At the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. We're all wrestling fans. Whether it's this form, that form, whatever it is, it's the entertainment we all gather around to watch. So I may have a favorite, you may have a favorite, you may have something that you like or dislike, but the fact that it's there, the fact that we have options, is just phenomenal.
Miles?
I'm going to expand on what Mr. Andolini said. With more shows that there are, means more competition. WWE is going to, step up. AEW is going to step up. Ring of Honor is going to step up. You're going to see amazing matches in NXT. All this extra competition now. Everyone's going on TV. RCW going on TV. Everyone's going to be saying, I got to be better than this guy, than this guy, this promotion. Wrestlers are going to step it up.
Well, what I'm going to ask right now is, first I'll say that the one I'm most excited about is NWA. First of all, I love that they're on at 6:05 Eastern Time. I don't know if anybody, any of the younger generation understands the significance of that time. But for guys that grew up watching NWA wrestling at 6:05 Eastern Time on TBS, it was huge. And so for them to do it again, even if it's on a YouTube channel, it's still fantastic to me. I'm looking forward to NWA the most. That's going to be the one that I'm probably going to be watching the most religiously. I believe all of them are going to be good in their own rights, and all of them will have bad things in their own rights. I mean, I've obviously gotten a lot of attention for voicing my opinion on AEW, but AEW does have the Rhodes. And I love the Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're fantastic. Chris Jericho. I'm excited that Jack Swagger's now there. So they have a lot of guys that I really think are great wrestlers. But then, NXT always brings back that kind of that indie feel, which is my favorite thing. That's what we're going to be doing, is actually taking the videos when we show them for our Spotlight Guest of the Days, and we're going to be using that independent thing. I mean, honestly, some of these will be filmed from people's phones just so that people get that independent wrestling feel from it. And it's just, to me, that's professional wrestling. Not really. I'm not the big WWE guy, the big, showcase type of thing, and that never did it for me. I'm a big fan of jobber matches, for crying out loud. I didn't call them jobber matches back in the day. It's just enhanced, whatever you want to call it. But let's call a spade a spade. That's what it is. Which ones are you guys most excited about? I'll go to you first, Miles Jacobs.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm excited for AEW. It's a fresh look on wrestling. You have the old meeting the new, and it has potential. And if they do it right, they could be much bigger than WWE themselves.
Okay, Frankie.
I guess the AEW makes sense. I see what you're saying. I going back to the first show, I did see a lot of throwback to the things that you and I grew up on with the time limits on matches, TV time remaining. We did see some old school wrestling meet the new school wrestling. We did see some people that we've never seen before that are making it to TV, some of these independent names that they felt are going to be the future of the business. I do feel that there's a lot of growth left for those wrestlers. I feel like there's a lot of growth left for AEW. If for nothing else, just watching it grow. I think we all watched it, and us being part of wrestling and knowing what we're watching for, we saw where they can improve. We saw the issues, we saw the problems. But, like some of the mistakes I saw were very quickly fixed, and that's the sign of a good company, that they're going to see these issues, they're going to fix them, and the next week you watch it, the previous issue is gone. If something else pops up, they're going to fix that as well. So you'll see that growth going forward. If for nothing else, that growth is important to me. The NWA, like you were talking about, always going to hold a place in my heart. So I do look forward to seeing that. So and honestly, Vince McMahon at his best is when he has competition, and that's probably whether he's pushing for that competition or whether it's actually there. The fact that that's happening means that we're going to see better out of WWE, which I think a lot of people have wanted to see for a long time.
So I think we can all agree that it's a good time to be a wrestling fan all the way around. I'm not going to dwell on any of the negatives I might have on any of these things. We'll go ahead and just call the positives what it is. Also, Impact Wrestling, another one that you forgot to mention, probably on purpose, Frankie. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. But anyway, when we get back, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start running down the card for Rubber City Wrestling, A Grave Affair. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
4 years. 4 years ago, I wrestled in not only the first ever Rubber City Wrestling match, but the first ever Rubber City Wrestling light heavyweight division match. My opponent, Die Hard the Hunter. The difference between me and him is that I stayed in the light heavyweight division, and I carried that division for 2 years. 2 years. To be overlooked, to be underutilized, and to not get the credit that a light heavyweight division deserves. We didn't even get a championship until this relaunch. And then it gets handed to Die Hard the Hunter like some kind of participation trophy! And then you're gonna give a shot at the title to Jeffrey LaRoque. A guy that couldn't even lace my boots. My boots don't even have laces. But it's fine. So I get a #1 contenders match against Alexander Crowley and the next big deal, Ray Stewart. Ray, we've trained together for a few years now. I've been a part of your training every step of the way, and you know that I have a lot of respect for you. And Crowley, we've been up and down the road together. We've been partners. We've been enemies. We've beat the crap out of each other. We've won tag team titles, and that's all well and good. But on October 26th, you guys aren't ready for this. I'm not coming to wrestle. I'm coming to fight. I'm fighting to take back my light heavyweight division. to bring the prestige to that division that it actually deserves. Because I am the RCW Light Heavyweight Division, and at a grave affair on October 26th, I'm gonna prove it!
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Spotlight. Today we're going to be talking about RCW, Rubber City Wrestling's A Grave Affair. It takes place on October 26th at the Turner Club in Talmadge, Ohio. On that card, we're going to have a lot of matches. Actually, it was supposed to be billed as just 8 matches, but then they remembered a very important Battle Royal, which is going to open the event. It's the Julie K. Memorial Battle Royal. It's an invitational Battle Royal, so anybody that wants to be in this, that's a wrestler that's on the RCW roster, is allowed to be involved on this. So,
invitational?
Invitational.
Do you literally need an invitation, or could somebody just, I don't know, let's just say hypothetically, somebody happened to be like the best wrestler in the world, who hasn't wrestled in a long time.
He's right here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Remember Ric Flair, 91, the real world's champion? Let's just something like that. So let's say, for argument's sake, I knew a tag team, like the best tag team ever. Let's just say they wanted to come out. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to get slapped in front of a camera?
Right,
Maybe.
exactly, by 2 people.
Wow.
He's obviously talking about Animal and Max Cortez.
Incorrect, sir. Let me correct you.
Okay, let's hear it.
The Andolini brothers. Let's just say one Frankie and one Sonny Andolini. Multiple time tag team champions.
True.
It's been a long time since we have put our boots through someone's front teeth. And what a better opportunity than right now to come back and show everyone that regardless of how many years have gone by, we are still so far ahead of all these horrible wrestlers out there who want to go out there and have a good match and I respect you, handshake after. What if I just punched you right in the mouth? Would you still respect me then? Let's find out. Let's find out if any one of these punk kids can hang with the Andolini brothers. Let's find out.
So wait, are you saying that the Andolini brothers are throwing their name in that hat?
I'm telling you, we're not only throwing our name in that hat, but we will both win that match.
Wait, what? How do you...
That's none of your business.
Okay.
Stay out of mine.
All right.
I'm going to throw a name into that hat too.
You know what? No. I'm going to throw my name in that hat.
That's what I was going to throw.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to ask
no,
if there was one victim we could put in there, and then here, lo and behold, someone says, I'll be a victim.
This man's trained for 3 years.
I have trained for 3 years. I am ready.
And let me tell you something, okay? He's a college stand-up in amateur wrestling.
Sure.
He is. I'm not saying he's going to win because I believe that since you threw your name in there, you're probably going to win. But he's a stand-up college amateur wrestler.
Sure.
He is a record holder at Talmadge High School for the most pins and in amateur wrestling.
In your amateur
and this
wrestling.
is real professional wrestling, not that flippy stuff. So,
Absolutely. So I have one question for you. In your amateur wrestling career, at any one of your matches, has someone just punched your teeth straight down your throat?
No.
Okay, so let's find out what happens when that happens.
I'm excited about this already.
I'm going in there just to see how they're both going to win.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that.
From the other side, from the ground, you'll find out. Just pay attention. If you can get one eye to go straight again and take a look at it, you'll find out.
I'm now excited about this match. I look forward to seeing this match, and we just literally announced it. I just got told that we're going to announce it, so I'm not sure who all is going to be in it, but I do know that there are a lot of students that have been training that are ready for that kind of a thing, but I don't think you're worried about students.
A line of victims.
Right, exactly. Last Battle Royal that we had, the Julie K Battle Royal, I believe the winner was Justin Dreams. I don't know if he's going to come out of retirement to do it though, because he's living the life down in North Carolina now. I know that Animal won it the year before that. That's not. He's never fun to wrestle against, is he? I'm just saying. But yes, I know a lot of wrestlers that would love to do it.
Well, anyone who wants to step up and lose the match, they're welcome to be in there with us.
I would tell you right now, people that were closest to Julie, myself, Die Hard, and Justin Bradley, all of us would probably like to, but we're all going to be very busy that night with title matches. We're going to go ahead and get into that a little bit later on, though. We're not going to talk about every match today on this show. We're just going to go ahead and go over a few, and one being this Battle Royal. I'm just curious to know, like, maybe the 7-foot tall Yeti will show up. I'm
7 foot?
Have you not? Oh, you weren't here for the last one. Yeah, he's big, and he's managed by a good friend of mine.
He's not going to be
brilliant
a Battle
but
Royal, though.
I mean, I don't know. That would be knowing Yeti. He's not.
This is information I could have used 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
That's
Hey,
fine.
you know what? You guys are two men. I'm sure you'll work as a
Stand on
team
his
in there.
shoulders, we got it.
Right. Stand on your shoulders. You guys are about the same size,
No
almost.
problem.
A little bit shorter than him still, but you know.
We got it.
It'll be fun, regardless. That's all that matters.
Absolutely.
So now we have two participants in this match. I'm actually, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. But we got to move on. One of the other ones, and it's a guy that you actually been working with, and with a guy that I have, you know, a great friendship with. And I know that it's hard for you to believe this even now because you've been gone for a couple of years. But yes, Die Hard the Hunter has been a member of the Way for over 2 years now. And yes, I get it. Last time he was this American soldier, and you're just like, you find it hard to believe, but Die Hard has changed, and he is ruthless now, and I'm loving what I'm seeing in this man. And he'll be wrestling against Jeffrey LaRoque. Yes, the radio guy, Jeffrey LaRoque. He's calling himself the Ace, and it'll be for the Light Heavyweight Championship. Now, I don't know if anybody saw this last time, but at the last event, Jeffrey LaRoque went out there, and he was pretty much talking, and I want you guys to get your opinions from you guys. He was talking about how he would love to have a shot at whoever wins. Now, of course, the Way's going to take offense to that because when we come out there, first of all, there was no question in our mind Die Hard was going to win that match. I mean, Alexander Crowley is a hell of a wrestler. I mean, he's a great wrestler, but he's not a member of the Way, and that's where that is the elite in all of professional wrestling. We are nothing but we're a group of goats, more or less, the greatest of all time.
Man.
And I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
No.
So don't interrupt me.
See that?
I
See
know,
what
right?
happens?
Don't
Ridiculous.
interrupt my train of thought.
If I could jump in, I apologize.
No, that's fine. That's fine. At least you're.
Couple of points I really got to bring up. First off, Die Hard the Hunter, fantastic. You really believe though that's him. That's your guy, right? He is 100% ruthless, right?
Yes.
Never.
Yeah, just check it out for a minute. Check it out for a minute.
Sure.
I've wrestled Die Hard
Uh-huh.
probably about 1,000 times.
Sure.
You've wrestled Die Hard probably about 1,000 times. I mean, nobody has wrestled Die Hard more than you or me. You know what I'm saying? It's like his feud with the Andolini brothers is very well known in Northeast Ohio and this part, the eastern part of the United States. His feud with your role model, Ric Lieb, the same, all the way to Las Vegas. Let's just be honest. Everybody knows that me and Die Hard have had history. Die Hard, who I had owned for 5 years, actually at one time took this title from me. And, when we ended up going to the weight classes, Tony T, he was the genius that he is, an owner of the RCW, majority owner. He said, you know what? They have this rule, and the rule that they installed him and Marty Jannetty was that they're going to have, if the champion can't make the weight, they have to drop the title to the man who previously held it. So I ended up getting the title, but don't worry, I've defended it to The Road, which we're going to see that match on this show later on in the program. Now, I've defended this match, or this title, very, very successfully, so I'm good. Die Hard was then granted, since he never lost this title, the Light Heavyweight Championship. And then they threw him in a match with the guy that calls himself Ruthless Alexander Crowley. Well, Die Hard showed him who the ruthless one was. And all I'm saying is, yeah, I know it's hard for you to believe because it's been a while. Last time you wrestled, Die Hard and you were wrestling each other. So it's been that long. But trust me, Die Hard, he's a member of the Way now. He's a ruthless man. Look, the Way has nothing but respect for the Andolini family. Now, here's the thing that I felt was a little weird, but then now I'm starting to understand. You didn't realize Die Hard was aligned with us, did you?
I did not. No.
So you've been training Jeffrey LaRoque.
I have. We were approached by this Jeffrey LaRoque.
Right.
And I said, yeah, kid, I'll sign that autograph later. But it turns out he had a check. It was a nice big check, which is actually an attention grabber for the Andolini. So we went ahead and we listened to him, and he said, "Hey, I got to wrestle Die Hard the Hunter," and I loved what I was hearing. He said, "I need to get in there and show this guy what I'm all about." Well, unfortunately, I didn't feel like there was a whole lot to be about with him. So we're working with him. I know that this Die Hard is your guy, and
you know he's a great wrestler.
Wonderful,
You've been in there.
Absolutely, tough as nails. To be clear, just a quick little history lesson. Originally, there were 4 Andolini brothers, and we went against the Top Guns. Okay, this has been a war that started off with just a match. Through many battles, we've trimmed our own fat. He trimmed some of our fat. We're down to myself and my brother Sonny. Now I see just Die Hard left. Through whether it be fate, the universe, whatever intervened, we've taken a break from our war, but that war is still there. That war never ended. Now you can tell me that Die Hard the Hunter is a completely different person. In my core, I don't know that I believe that. But that's neither here nor there. I was approached by this guy, Jeffrey Lieb. I don't know, he's a radio guy. I don't listen to radio. That's for schmucks. But he had a nice big fat check, and he said, "Hey, I need to know how to beat this guy." Well, who better than the Andolini brothers to teach you how to beat somebody? So I believe, in fact, I know that when he gets in that ring, Die Hard is in for way more than he expects. And I got to be honest, your boy's probably going to leave without his title.
I don't.
And that it is in no small part due to the Andolinis. You pay us, we will go ahead and make it happen.
We're gonna definitely butt heads a little bit on this, but I understand the money thing. You know what? I'm a businessman first. And so I'm not going to get mad at you for that. Plus the fact that you probably thought he was still some, tooting what he was tooting before, working for the fans, caring about the fans. But yeah, Die Hard, it's not the same Die Hard that you've wrestled many times. And remember, there were 4 Andolinis. He eliminated 2 from professional wrestling for good. So there is. For
any fans out there, that's the match to watch.
You really think that? I mean, listen.
I promise you.
I know you want to talk, so I'll let you talk in a minute. You really think that Jeffrey LaRoque,
For the right money, we can make anything happen.
Oh, this is getting interesting. I might have to walk out of the ring with Die Hard. I know where this is going. I'm just going to stay away from where it's going right now. Go ahead. Let me hear what you have to say about this.
Well, you see, Die Hard has the experience in this match. He simply does.
20 years.
However, I had mad respect for Die Hard when he repped the red, white, and blue and really...
There's only one flag
that
you should wave, and that's the way. Or the Italian flag. Now... Hey,
I'm saying that I lost a lot of respect for Die Hard when he switched sides and joined the way and decided to be a winner. Okay.
Right. What's wrong?
Hold on. So as much as I think Jeffrey LaRoque doesn't have in one experience, he has heart. All right, and he's going to walk out as light heavyweight champion.
Listen, I get it. He has his heart on. But I don't think for one second that heart is going to be able to penetrate the steel of Die Hard the Hunter. And let me just be honest with you. There's no way. No way. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll do the predictions on these matches right now, even though we don't know all the participants in the Battle Royal. We'll go ahead right now for the Light Heavyweight Championship. I'm saying right here, right now, Die Hard the Hunter is not only going to win this match, he's going to easily win this match in probably 1, maybe 2 minutes.
Wow. Let me go ahead and throw my vote in there real quick. You go ahead and beat the tiebreaker because I assure you we're going to need one. Jeffrey LaRoque, I mean, he came to the right people. We know everything Die Hard is
Knew
about.
everything Die Hard was about.
More than you even know. We know what he's about. We know how to beat him. That's the important thing. We know how to beat him. We know what it takes. He paid the right people the right amount of money. Jeffrey LaRoque is definitely going to be your new champion.
Miles Jacob.
Jeffrey LaRoque.
You're only saying that because he's your friend.
My friend?
He's your friend.
No,
Everybody knows
I've
he's
watched
your
him
friend. You guys
train.
train
I've
together.
watched him train.
Yeah, because you train with him.
I know he trains harder than anyone else in this building.
Because we'll hit him if he doesn't.
All right, moving on. We're going to go to this Battle Royal. The Battle Royal, we don't know exactly who's going to be in it. So I'm going to go ahead and say that if a member of the Way joins this thing, they're obviously going to win this match. Unless the 7-foot Yeti goes in it, then I might have to tell my brothers, hey, maybe you don't need to be in that match because the guy scares me even, and he's my friend.
We should have a heads up on that, just to be
Clear on that thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I may
might
have to
have
give him a
something
call.
to do that evening.
I'm not sure though. I mean,
I might have a
you're
last
probably
minute
gonna
load
pay
to go
him off.
deliver. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna load to deliver. That's truck driver. In case you don't know, he's a truck driver on the side. That's all right. I respect your shoot, John.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right. So, anyway, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take another commercial break. But when we get back, we're gonna go ahead and play my match against the Rogue from the last event that we had, and then after that match, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the heavyweight championship match. On Saturday, October 26th, Rubber City Wrestling brings to you a grave affair. The main event will be for the RCW Neo title as the Spotlight Marcus Knight defends his crown against the original Son of Violence, Justin Bradley. For the RCW Light Heavyweight Championship, Die Hard the Hunter will defend against radio personality Jeffrey LaRoque. RCW Heavyweight title match will be on the line as your role model, Ric Lieb, will defend against Johnny Gigolo. The Super Heavyweight Champion, Kenny Hendricks, will defend the title against Mike Smiley. And the Tag Team Champs will be there as Maximum Discipline defend their belt against Medicated Inc. Plus, Alexander Crowley, Spike, and Ray Stewart go at it in a three-way dance for the #1 contendership for the Light Heavyweight Championship. James Lethal will take on Mr. Wrestling 2000 and Scott E. Stevens versus The Rogue. That's Saturday, October 26th at the Akron Turner Club, 547 Monroe Falls Road in Talmadge, Ohio. Bell times at 6 p.m. General admission, $10. Front row, $15. Rubber City Wrestling. Real professional wrestling, not that flippy stuff.
The challenger, according to my left, from Lower Alliance, Ohio. Oh, yeah! Weighing in 243 pounds, The Rogue! counter ever seen. You suck. One, two, five, six, two. That's right. Stay out of the way, Jeffrey. Jeffrey did it. Joe, hold it on his fucking hard. Maybe this will help. This will help you. There you go. There you go. You're welcome. Now do something. What? Three. What? That's the only chance you get. 4. Hey, kick that holder in the mouth. Kick him right in the mouth. Leave him like a sucker. Get up. Oh. Come on, Punk. You're welcome. Come on, Punk. Nothing like a fresh disease. You back? Get back. Come on. Do your job. Get
Let's step back. Keep him back. Keep him back.
Let's go! That's right. Send him across the ring.
October 26th at a grave affair at the Akron Turner Club, Ray Stewart, the next big deal, goes up against Spike and Alexander Crowley. Now, we all want the same thing. We all want an opportunity at that light heavyweight championship. And Spike, you say I have a lot of respect for me. But all that respect is going out the window as soon as that bell rings. And I will leave at grave affair the #1 contender for that light heavyweight championship. Spike, you say you want to fight, and I'm going to give you a fight. And I will show everyone at Rubber City Wrestling why I am the next big deal.
On Saturday, October 26th, Rubber City Wrestling brings to you a grave affair. The main event will be for the RCW Neo title as the Spotlight Marcus Knight defends his crown against the original Son of Violence, Justin Bradley. For the RCW Light Heavyweight Championship, Die Hard the Hunter will defend against radio personality Jeffrey LaRoque. RCW Heavyweight title match will be on the line as your role model, Ric Lieb, will defend against Johnny Gigolo. The Super Heavyweight Champion, Kenny Hendricks, will defend the title against Mike Smiley. And the Tag Team Champs will be there as Maximum Discipline defend their belt against Medicated Inc. Plus, Alexander Crowley, Spike, and Ray Stewart go at it in a three-way dance for the #1 contendership for the Light Heavyweight Championship. James Lethal will take on Mr. Wrestling 2000 and Scott E. Stevens versus The Rogue. That's Saturday, October 26th at the Akron Turner Club, 547 Monroe Falls Road in Talmadge, Ohio. Bell times at 6 p.m. General admission $10, front row $15. Rubber City Wrestling. Real professional wrestling, not that flippy stuff. Now that is what real professional wrestling is all about. Go out there, get in the ring with a monster like the Rogue. I mean, the guy bench pressed over 500 pounds and beat him cleanly. You saw it, Frankie. I went in there. This man tried to pick me up. Boom, boom, boom. 3 of these big fists. He went staggering, hit him up with that 4H. It was all over.
Little three-piece action. I saw it, man.
Right, exactly.
Looks good, yeah.
I'll tell you what, there's a reason why Ric Lieb is the heavyweight champion. This baby right here, and you know what comes with being the heavyweight champion? You see that Rolex? Look, watch the continuous movement. That's how you know.
I'm a millennial. I don't know how to do
You don't know how to, yeah, you probably don't know
I
how to
have no idea.
That right
I can
there.
actually look at my phone and see the time. But no,
Yeah,
I get what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah,
No,
no.
exactly. It's the
No,
prestige.
I'll say
Let me tell you
I'll
something.
say. Let me
Being
say.
the champion, diamond rings, Rolexes,
All right.
and championship belts. That's what it's all about.
Let me say that match was so dirty. I don't even think Mr. Clean would be able to clean that up.
What are
Seriously.
you talking about? All I saw was somebody smart enough to evade.
Yeah.
I saw somebody
No.
smart enough
Run
to
away.
out wrestle.
Get thrown around like a little baby.
What are you talking about? That was his agility. First off,
I was jumping around. You shown that I could do high spots.
That was him jumping out of this situation.
That was
Okay.
me being a spot monkey. I was doing high spots. I was jumping around.
Yeah, everybody saw.
With his assistants,
Rick
right?
can't do those moves.
No, I
saw
jumped
it
over
happen.
him. It just looked like
He got thrown around like one of my nephews playing Who's the Better Wrestler with me, and I just slammed them on the bed. Okay?
So we now know that you abuse your nephews.
They need parental supervision.
Right? I'm telling you right now. No. First of all, you need to stop.
How dare you?
Number one, I went out there against a monster. Okay?
That's
a guy
good.
that bench presses 500 pounds. That's not an easy task. And yet I went in that ring and I beat that man fair and square. The referee did not go, hey, he would have disqualified me if I was cheating.
Yeah, that's what they're there
You know,
for.
and the low blow was an accident. I will say I did accidentally hit him in the low blow.
Accidents
But
happen
when the
every day.
referee did see that, he said something. Referee, by the way, going wrestling the next event. We'll talk about that in a minute. When he did see that, what did I say? I told him, I said, I'm sorry. I went to grab for his leg to pull him, trip
Were
him.
you really sorry
And-
though?
I
don't think you were.
Absolutely. Are you saying
Especially because at the end of the match, first name Brass, last name Knuckles.
that was a paperweight? First off, sir.
Yes.
How
You're
dare you?
Brass knuckles are illegal in
Don't
the state of Ohio.
that's not even a real thing.
Just
Okay.
so you know.
Excuse me.
And-
Somebody wanted to make sure that the paper stayed where he put it.
Right. I was gonna put it on him because he's a paper champion,
There it is.
but he never became a champion.
No, there's There's only one guy in the way that's a paper champion, and that's your friend, by the way. Just letting you know.
I have no idea what you're talking about because not one of us are paper champions. Matter of fact, we kind of are the recipients of all the championship right now, except for one, the Neo title.
And the
That'll be
Super
ours.
Heavyweight Championship, but that's all right.
I know. See, I'm going to try and talk that man into joining us. I mean, he's got... Nope, he's too nice. I can't. I'm just... Animal, let me just tell you, Animal is right now up to 245. He said 5 pounds more. Kenny Hendricks is his. But
Well,
this is just breaking news.
You already
I'm
have,
just letting you know.
You already have a man in the Super Heavyweight division.
Who?
Max Cortez.
Max Cortez is a lean 249 pounds.
Not enough.
What are you talking about?
Solid.
Not last show he wasn't.
Listen, I get that scale said something like 310 or something like that. That scale lied to him. And we all know that. Max is a lean 320. We're not talking about them. We'll be talking about their match next week. Right now we're talking about me beating the heck out of the robe, easily, mind you. I strung him along as long as I could, did what I had to do, still the champ. Look at that. Woo! As Ric Flair would say. And then now you're going to go and complain about that. Not dirty at all.
Dirty.
That's right. Wipe that dandruff off. Now I got flakes on my pants. Come on now. Anyway,
Man,
next event. Let's talk about it. Myself versus Johnny Gigolo, who everybody knows is the alter ego of referee John Sell. Shouldn't even be wrestling. He's a yard tard. I'm sorry to say it. He does not have any business being in the ring. He wrestled against one guy, Black Sabbath, who I happen to know. And Black Sabbath is a tough dude. I'll get it. But he's definitely no Ric Lieb. And on top of that, everyone knows 4 out of 5 matches, Johnny Gigolo loses. He got a lucky chokehold win because his referee buddies did not go and check to see where it was. And yes, I'm spitting while I'm talking, and I do not care because I'm riled up about this. I'm pissed I gotta wrestle him. Every time somebody brings it up.
Man. Nobody likes a cheater.
Nobody likes a cheater. He choked him out. It's not legal in Rubber City Wrestling. Read your handbook. All right, go. What were you?
No,
I know that you're
no.
gonna tell me. Oh, he's been in the gym. He's strong.
It's funny that you're saying that no one likes a cheater, yet you're the biggest cheater around. I mean,
What are you basing that on?
I am just
Where do
saying.
you get your information? Is
First
this
of
the
all-
rumors from the internet machine?
Let me just be honest.
You
with
can't
guys
believe
for a
all the things you read on the internet. I once saw a dinosaur riding a shark with a bazooka. Supposedly that's real.
Right.
and that's because
exactly.
you're old enough to see dinosaurs.
Wow, he's gonna get beat up.
I am
man.
vintage, sir.
Vintage. He's wise. You leave him alone.
Wise
Let
beyond my
me just bring this up, okay? Let me just bring this up. Number one, referee has no business in the ring.
Which I actually agree with.
Okay.
You. Other than when he's refereeing, but you know.
That's the only business he has in the ring.
Right.
Number two, my own opponent for this event did not think I cheated at the last event. He saw that he counted.
He didn't see that you cheated.
Because he's a referee and they can't see it.
And number three, I can't be the biggest cheater because I do not cheat. Let me just break this to you. 19 years married, never cheated on my wife once.
That's
Yeah.
good. I
What more do
commend
you
you,
need?
sir.
Never.
What more do you
I
need?
commend
Never
you.
even thought about it.
I commend you.
Yeah.
I got a beautiful wife who just so happens to be very Italian. And no, but seriously, never cheated on her once.
She's a saint.
So how are you calling me a cheater? What are you talking about? I would never go out on my marriage.
You obviously don't watch your matches then, do you?
Oh, we're talking back to wrestling again.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
already
yeah.
clear this up that I was wiser?
We're talking about cheaters.
You're talking about cheaters. You're talking about the guy who choked out a wrestler named Black Sabbath, who I got to wrestle at the next event, and then got a BS win. I'm just going to call it what it is. And now the fans voted him. Dude, he didn't even earn it. He wasn't even in the top 10. And the fans voted him to wrestle me. I don't know why, Marty Jannetty thinks it's a good idea to go and post who do you fans want to see. They should have just let Tony T give me a match against Black Sabbath like I deserve to wrestle. A guy that really has put in work. And just because he had one unfortunate loss, should have still. The guy has really been trying, and I think he was a deserving contender. That's who I asked for. And Tony T was all about it. And then all of a sudden, this stupid thing, he wasn't even part of the who do you fans want to see Rick wrestle. Can you believe that?
I cannot believe that, I guess.
All right, now let's go ahead and we'll talk about this match. I want to hear your thoughts on me versus Johnny Gigolo, and I better not hear you say that you think Johnny's going to beat me because the man's got one match under his belt and a bunch of battle royals.
If anything, Johnny Gigolo is one lucky guy.
Lucky.
You're right. He beat a guy that 4 out of 5 times would beat him.
Mhm.
However, he's in the same situation as he was last show. He's up against a guy that would beat him 4 out of 5 times.
100 out of 100 times.
Math is
Yeah,
hard.
math is kind of hard, yeah, but I graduated high school, so I kind of know my math, and he's in the same situation. And one chokehold is all it's going to take you out. You go night-night.
It's illegal.
Johnny,
It's illegal.
It doesn't matter.
It's supposed to be a
He's
sleeper hold.
got the ref in
It's
his pocket.
supposed to be a sleeper hold. You just said it. He's got the refs in his
He
pocket.
does. He
Because
does.
he's the senior
He
official.
does. You're right. He's the senior official. If he
Right.
wanted to, he could just win the match
Okay,
by himself.
Frankie,
I don't know what his problem is.
thank you.
Obviously, we're going to just disregard everything. Please, audience home, please disregard everything he just said. He is clearly uneducated. It's okay. It's not your fault. There is just some bad teachers, not bad students. It's not your fault. Math is hard. Just go in there. Just do what you do. Out wrestle him. Cleanly beat him, which he'll
Like I
do
always do.
every single time. And then
Actually,
you just move on to the next challenge in your life.
actually, I'll tell you straight up. He might have to referee a few more of my matches in the future, especially after I retire him as a wrestler.
You know what he'll say? Sir,
So-
yes, sir, thank you, may I have another?
Exactly.
It's called a rub. The kid's getting a rub.
All right, fans, we got to wrap this up. Again, Rubber City Wrestling, A Grave Affair. It'll be Saturday, October 26th. Bell time is at 6 p.m. Doors will open at 5:30 p.m. It'll be at the Akron Turner Club in Talmadge, Ohio. Tickets are on sale. You could actually hit up any of the wrestlers on that card if you want to get tickets that are local, and they will be more than happy to sell them to you. Remember, butts and seats are how these guys get paid. So hit up your favorite wrestler and let them know. Meaning, I'm going to get a lot of people hitting me up on Facebook really soon. Anyway.
Hit me up as well for tickets, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, these guys are now in the match. Oh, that's right. So yeah, you can hit up any one of us, and we'll be more than happy to get you your tickets. But again, Grave Affair. I will be defending my championship. These guys will be in the battle royal for Julie Kay's honor, and it's gonna be one heck of a show. So I want to see you all there. We want to thank you for joining us today here on RCW Pro Wrestling Spotlight. Apparently, I was a little caught off guard by you. But not next week. I'll be ready for you.
Sorry, you'll be caught off guard by Johnny Gigolo too. So
He's an idiot. Anyway, for Miles Jacob and of course the Don of Professional Wrestling, Frankie Andolini, I am your role model, Ric Lieb, saying join us again next week for another edition of PWS. Promotional consideration paid for by the following: Lieb Graphic Designs and more. If you would like posters, t-shirts, or anything else with your graphic design needs, go to Lieb Graphic Designs and More on Facebook. Maurice, looking for the most beautiful handmade wreaths around? Visit Maurice on Facebook. Akron Dreamers, get yourself a drink and a dance at Akron Dreamers. Fortitude Music Group, if you have a commercial or an album or just want to record something, check out Fortitude Music Group.